With an idea, everybody can argue. With success, nobody can say a damn thing. I'm Judy Ladivina, and I am a drag artist. So I moved to Berlin from Tel Aviv in 2015. I just decided that I need some refreshment in my life. And in a way, I also had academic plans. I definitely didn't plan to end up as a drag queen, but I'm very grateful for Berlin to inspire that drag journey within me. My first night out in Berlin, I met who became my drag mama, a drag queen. Her name is Mazzy Mazeltov. She was mesmerizing to me, so we started working together, and every single time I used to dance for her or do any kind of directing progress, she would be like, "Bitch, you're good, you should do it. You should do it." And I was like, maybe, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. It's gonna be a cliche, but I believe that cliches are cliches because they're real, and in many ways I feel that drag saved my life. Drag taught me how to fall in love with myself. Drag taught me freedom of expression. Drag introduced me to so many queer beings that I was not even aware are existing before. I feel that this journey that started in Berlin 5 years ago is so overwhelming to me because in many ways I could never plan that. And at the same time, looking backward, I'm like, I was preparing all of my life to be a drag queen. I was just not aware that this is what I'm gonna do. And I feel that once I started doing drag, everything clicked. So it gave me purpose, it gave me reason, and it gave me lots of inspiration to keep on doing what I'm doing. And that's a beautiful feeling to have. Judy for me is a love letter, is my salute, is my celebration of all of the fierce, inspiring, strong, unapologetic women who raised me, who inspired me, who I read books about, who I watched movies about, who I listened to their music. I will go to the most, the most basic thing. Judy helped me or guided me into this process of falling in love with myself. As I was falling in love with Judy and as others were falling in love with Judy, I saw a lot of beauties. I've seen my inner beauty. And it's ridiculous and it's funny because you say, how can I fall in love with myself when I'm putting so much, like, you know, I don't know if you can tell, but I have wig and makeup and a dress and yet I feel very authentic because what I bring out to the world within this costume at the end of the day is my soul. A lot of things that growing up and also my adult life in the beginning, I always felt it's bad. It's bad that I'm very emotional. It's bad that I'm very theatrical. It's terrible that I cry over commercials. No, it's not. It's actually great. It's amazing to be dramatic, and it's amazing to be passionate, and it's totally fine to be exactly what I am. And I learned all of that and still learning through this and through the audience that is reflecting of all of this. Because this alone means nothing. When I'm going, like, I can be as beautiful and as charming and as amazing lip syncer as I want. If there is nobody else in the audience to accept it, to embrace it, to give me something back, to give me a smile, a tear, a hug, whatever, it means nothing. So Judy just brought so much love into my life that I was able to spare a bit for me. After I decided I'm gonna do drag no matter what, it took me like 6 to 7 months of sitting home and preparing myself. Learning how to lip sync, how to move, who I want Judy to be. Once that got figured out, I literally signed up to every single open stage Berlin has to offer, which was not many, by the way, but I snatched every single opportunity. And I think after 4 or 5 months doing open stages and trying to be booked everywhere, I decided that what I need to do for myself is to create a space where I can do my own show with the audience that later will be my friends and my fans and my queer family in Berlin. So I just literally knocked on doors and looked for opportunities until I found one. First one was Axel Hotel. They offered me to do a show every single Friday. It was a struggle. I remember the first shows I used to go because literally nobody shows up. Nobody knows me. So other than my friends, which I call and be like, please come to see my show, nobody will arrive. Then there was one day where I just went to the street fully in drag and just stopped people walking down the street, and I was like, hi, look at me, I'm beautiful, I'm a drag queen, there is a show here, it's for free, please come. It didn't work. Most of them ran away and thought I'm crazy. But with time, the more I did it, the more I learned, the more the audience that was there enjoyed themselves, and then they kept on showing up. So my shows got bigger and bigger, and I started to perform wherever I had the opportunity. I think one of the most exciting things that happened to me in this drag journey was that I was cast to play in a theater Stück, as you Deutsch say it, a piece in Deutsches Theater, and I think for me it was such an amazing moment because I was expecting that particular moment since I started doing drag. Then it happened that the director of the piece was at a show I did at Silver Future, and if you know, Silver Future is a super tiny room, only 30 people sits there, and he saw the show, and then I was casted to play at Deutsches Theater. So I was very excited to be on a mainstream theater stage and actually bring the backstories of drag performers. I'm playing myself alongside 2 other gorgeous drag artists and ensemble from the theater. And I'm always thankful for every opportunity that we have to perform anywhere which is outside of our comfort zone. I love the queer spaces and they mean the world for me, but every single time we get an opportunity to step a bit outside and to introduce ourselves to the mainstream, to the straight people, I'm always blessed for that because it gives an opportunity to communicate, to educate, and to inspire them. In that matter, I think my greatest reward within this drag journey is that my entire Berlin family, the chosen family, is all into being a part of the shows, being a part of what I'm doing, of what we are doing. I think, and I said it to myself and I said it to so many others when I started doing drag, that it's beautiful, our art form, when we put our makeup and we have costumes and we can lip sync and dance and entertain, and that's amazing. But we have to have a strong message and we have to preach and lead by example our community values. And I think that in many ways I'm very fortunate that the shows I host are very, very well supported by so many gorgeous community members, and of course my beautiful partner, Zeus Kartoffel, who's already a brand on his own. He's also doing drag, but in the shows he's the Zeusest Zeus Kartoffel, and for those of you who don't know what Zeus Kartoffel, we'll say that it's a sweet potato, and he is indeed the sweetest, and he's making sure that I'm fine. 2 years after I started doing drag, I decided that my next project should be investing in a platform that will encourage new drag performers, new drag artists, to step on stage. And together with Silver Future, we decided to create Dragaholic, which for me is the biggest, most important thing I did with my drag career so far. And Dragaholic is a platform for baby drag artists to be born, to explore, to have a stage where they will be empowered, celebrated. And we started with literally having no idea who's gonna show up, how we're gonna make it happen. And every single show, I started casting the next shows from the audience. If we're playing a song and suddenly you see that one girl or that one dude in the audience lip-syncing to Britney like they wrote this song. And you're like, you know what? You should be a drag artist. You should be on stage because performing and lip-syncing and channeling that energy brings you so much joy, then it would bring us so much joy. And that's how half of the Dragaholic cast was actually casted. And at the end of the year, we did a graduation party where all the drag artists who were born at the Dragaholic stage throughout the year got to share a stage, big one, and to showcase their talent. And I think that was the moment when I realized that I'm not gonna stop doing drag. So one time it happened when I was filming to a documentary actually from a TV channel, and it was on our way to Silver Future to do a show. And I was about to go out from a vintage store because that was the scenario. And as I opened the door, I realized that there was just a random drunk person walking down the street, doesn't like exactly what they saw, and they started screaming and being very violent. And as I opened the door to see what's going on, he spit it on my face and was literally about to punch me. I was in full makeup on my way to a show, overwhelmed, shocked. And that's why I'm saying drag saved my life, because it gives me purpose. Because at the moment, as I'm wiping this stranger's spit off my face, what was going through my head is, I hope my makeup is not damaged. I want to go as fast as I can and get to my audience so we can press play and I can do a show where I can let this go. Only when I arrived home and took makeup off and watched the video, because one of the crew there took a video of that, which we gave later to the police, and I also posted on my social media. I watched it and I started crying, because then I realized what a fucked up situation it is. That we are on stage, celebrating, being all glittery and fabulous, and then we go to the world and there is someone who doesn't like it, so they can allow themselves to spit on our face. And let's be honest, I am the one who is, I'm quite lucky. I was not physically hurt. It's just a spit. And I chosen immediately to share it on my social media and to share it with my audience, because everybody should know that yes, we made a great progress as a community. Yes, we have much more representation, so to say, in the mainstream media, but we have to take care of ourselves and we have to take care of each other, because haters are always gonna be out there. Ignorant people are always gonna be out there, and they will always come for us. So I do feel that every single time when I'm out of the safe space of a club or a party or the bar, and I'm in drag, I'm very conscious about how I look, who's looking, can I feel safe, shall I feel safe? And then I realize the more that I practice it, the more safe I feel with it. And the more I go out to public, the more I'm also surprised with positive feedback and positive connotations of people who are really excited to see a drag creature down the street. I learned how to look up and smile, and I was surprised by the amount of smiles I get back. I think the most important thing to remember when it comes to coming out to your parents is to realize that there is no rule about it. It's not gonna work the same for everyone. And some parents will not accept it, and that's fine. We are not here to live the narrative of our parents. We are here to create and live the narrative of ourselves. We can invite them to join the ride. We can be very patient as they learn. We can be very welcoming if they want to learn. But if we get rejection, and after rejection, and another one, another one, and another one, and another one, then stop trying. We are here. We have much more access to information. We have much more possibilities to explore and to be. So we need to follow our hearts. If somebody want to join the ride, as we say in Israel, ahlan wa sahlan. If not, tschüssi, bye-bye, see you later, love you, hope you win. Take your time to figure out what you want and how you want it. And it's okay not to know. And it's okay not to let everybody know immediately. I learned a very, very important trick. When you have an idea, don't share it right away. Test it, work on it, see how it works for you. Because with an idea, everybody can argue. With success, nobody can say a damn thing. So work on your ideas, work on your world, create your, let's say, support system with your friends, with your chosen family. Be who you want to be. Once your parents and your family and the people that it's so important to you to show them, hey, this is what I do, come and join the ride. Once you have all of that, they will either see that you're really happy and they will relax and accept it. And if they will not, then it's totally fine because you're still happy. If you're a queer person and you feel lonely, and I feel that in general the queer community, especially the young queers, are facing, and I hear it a lot from my fans, that they feel lonely. And I think it's not something which is exclusive to queer people. I think the fact that we are excluded from many sectors of society just makes it even worse. And if you feel lonely, embrace that. Love yourself. Work on that most important relationship of loving what you're seeing in the mirror, of spending quality time with yourself, of opening a book, of reading an autobiography of someone who inspired you, of searching and researching and finding that one thing that makes you smile and do more and more and more of it. If I would not be lonely in Berlin, Judy would never happen. And we already established that she changed my life, so. There is one thing that really pissed me off when I see a bunch of gays at gay pride or in a club or wherever, and they are having this mask-to-mask celebration of no femme, no this, no that. Bitch! I see how you react when there is a song of Kylie or Britney playing on the dance floor. So don't sell me this no femme bullshit, because it's bullshit. And gay freedom, gay liberation means nothing if everything you're doing is adopting heterosexual norms and judging each other by how much muscles do you have or how masculine you act. This is bullshit. I don't see it. I don't want that. I want to see a queer community which is queer, and it involves every single body. What I wish for the queer community is love, 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 love. I think that when you love, you have comfort, you have inspiration, you have courage. And love is not necessarily just to have a romantic love. It's to love yourself, it's to love what you're doing, it's to love what you see in the mirror. It's a state of mind. And it's a mantra that shall be practiced every single day. Don't you dare using that. Because this is stupid and I don't even know why I did it. But just, but you know what I mean. It's all about love. Hey, bitch. It's all about love. It's all about love.
Thank you.
Ow.
Hi, my name is Ocean. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you, Taimi, for sponsoring this first episode with Judy Ladivina. Taimi is a wonderful LGBTIQ+ app, and it's great to connect with a queer family all around the world. So check it out now, follow all of us, and stay tuned for the second episode. Bye!